Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be reviewing the brand new Jeffree Star Cosmetics Magic Concealer and Magic Star Setting Powder. The shades that I picked up for myself was C3, which I believe is for vanilla beige undertones. And then I also got the peach color corrector. And then for the powder, I just went with Fair. So just real quickly, just wanted to talk about the unicarton that they come in. I think that the concealer packaging is absolutely stunning. As you can see, it's got like a very kind of like reflective, kind of like diamond-like shape, and it says Magic Star. I just think it looks very luxurious, very Jeffree. And then of course you have the shade name right at the top. This is the unicarton for the powder. It's totally different than the concealers. This is like a soft matte like texture, I guess I would describe it as, and it's an ombre from like a light baby pink to a darker baby pink. I prefer this packaging, honestly. This one I was like, oh my god, this is so beautiful, whereas this I'm like, oh okay, like whatever, and like I wouldn't really care much about this one, but it's still cute. Just thought I wanted to point it out. And I did like that I do like this texture a lot. I think that this is a really cool texture. Definitely gives it a different vibe, a different feel, and makes it feel like a little bit more luxurious. Okay, so enough talking about the unicartons. Let's dive into the concealer and the setting powder. So I'm sure you guys have seen it by now, but bam, this is the component for the concealer. Personally, I am not a huge fan of the design of this. However, this is extremely Jeffree. Like, this is him to a T. Would I design something like this? No, but I do think it's cool. I like that he did something out of the box than just like the normal concealers that we see all the time. Like, I definitely think that it's cool that he did something different, or the component is very, very detailed. It's got a lot of like cuts and edging to it. And the star on top is actually pretty sturdy. I feel like I could break it off if I wanted to, or if it got hit really hard, it would definitely break off. But still, really, really cool component, and like it's kind of like a little like magic wand, like, oh. So I think it's cute. Okay, so on the concealer box, it says, this creamy formula comes in over 30 shades, helps even out skin tone, has 20% pigment, and can cover tattoos. Maybe we'll try that. Help reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. We love that. Okay, cool. You get 3.4 milliliters, which is 0.115 fluid ounces. So let's compare that to like Tarte Shape Tape. Wait, really? All right, in Tarte Shape Tape, it says you get 10 milliliters. Let me double check and make sure that that's right, because that's a huge difference between the two. Yeah, okay, it says it's 10 milliliters. So Tarte Shape Tape has 10 milliliters, whereas the Jeffree Star one only has 3.4 milliliters. So that is a huge difference, you guys. So we'll have to see how long this lasts me if I do continue to use it, but that's like a huge amount difference. Like, that's literally less than half of how much is in Tarte Shape Tape, if I am saying this all correctly. But I looked it up online and it says on each, this is 10 milliliters and this is 3.4 milliliters. So we shall see. Anyway, and as far as comparison color-wise to both of these, so in Tarte Shape Tape, I use the shade Fair, and Fair is for yellow undertones. So Jeffree Star is like yellow beige undertones, and this is just yellow. Or I think it was vanilla beige undertones, and this is yellow undertones. Oh my gosh, I'm getting them all mixed up. Okay. So price comparison, Tarte Shape Tape runs you $27, while the Magic Star Concealer costs you $22. So little bit of a price decrease just for, I think, the amount of product that's in it. I don't think that's a terrible price, but we'll see once we get to play with the formula. God, I need food. I'm like, ugh. We'll be playing with both of these today, the Peach and C3. So we will see both of these guys in action. Okay, let's talk about the setting powder now. So the Magic Star setting powder, it says, weightless, flawless, ultra fine. Set your life into place. Creasing who? Can't relate. So, interesting. Then it says beauty tips. Press lightly onto skin wherever you desire. I love using a damp beauty sponge to press the product into my skin so the powder melts and looks airbrushed. We love that. Okay, cool. I did do some swatches of these a couple days ago on my Instagram, and I will say that just feeling the powder, it does feel very soft and very finely milled. But let's compare it to some other really popular setting powders or ones that I like to use. So let's compare it to the Maybelline Fit Me. So real quick, I haven't even shown you the packaging yet. So real quick, this is the packaging. It looks like this. Okay, I'm gonna be real honest with you guys, and I love Jeffree Star Cosmetics. In fact, I literally the other day was like bawling, crying, freaking out because Jeffree Star Cosmetics reposted me on their Instagram story and liked my picture, and that was just like huge for me. Jeffree Star has been like one of my favorite makeup artists and just people in general. I love how real he is, and I love his company, and his products are bomb AF. I've never had a problem with anything, I think, until the packaging of this. And I'm gonna be honest, you guys, like, it's kind of cheap. Like, it feels kind of cheap. The top does. I mean, like, in comparison to my Fit Me, like, I'm trying to, like, the bottom plastic parts feel pretty similar, but this top is very, like, not heavy. It's pretty, like, cheap plastic, I would say. I really hate to say that, but like, listen, like, and when I unscrew it, like, I don't know, just something about it, like, compared to my Maybelline Fit Me powder, which is like a really sturdy, nice feeling powder, and this is a drugstore powder. And I don't know if it's like this for all of them, and I'm not even sure if you can see it on camera, but when I'm looking at this, and when I tilt it at the right angle, and I noticed this when I unboxed it, you can see, like, I'll try to get a close-up of it so you guys can see, but you can see, like, where they kind of did the spray paint of the pink chrome, and it got, like, in part of the star where I don't think it was supposed to be, if that makes sense. Let me see if I can, like, get it at the right angle so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Like, can you kind of see what I'm talking about? You see, like, on the two sides of this, no, don't focus on me. Can you see, like, on the two sides of the star, like, how it got, like, a little chrome in it, but, like, the rest of the star doesn't have that. It's, like, silver. Like, can you see what I'm talking about? So, like, right in here it's pink, and then, like, the rest of the star isn't. So I don't know if that's intentional or not. But it definitely struck me when I opened the package. I was like, okay, like, that's a little weird. I don't know if it was just mine or if that's the style that he was going for. But yeah, so not my favorite packaging. However, honestly, at the end of the day, packaging doesn't matter. I just wanted to touch on it. It's all about the formula. So if this formula is great, then we shall see. So let's do a comparison between the two. We'll compare the Fit Me and then the Magic Star. Okay, so the Magic Star setting powder. Okay, yeah, online it looks like the top is supposed to be all pink. Okay, so maybe that was intentional. I just don't like the way it looks. But that's just me. Okay, we're gonna move on from that. Okay, so this will run you, again, $22. And let's compare that actually to, like, a higher end. Let's compare that to Laura Mercier. I feel like that's a better comparison to do than the Fit Me, since that is a drugstore brand. Okay, so the Laura Mercier runs you $39. Definitely a big price difference. Let's see how much is in them. So the Laura Mercier has 30 milliliters, which is 1 ounce. And the Jeffree Star has, okay, and the Jeffree Star has 0.353 ounces, whereas comparison, again, to the Laura Mercier has 1 ounce. So a lot less product I am seeing with these. That's not necessarily a bad thing, depending on how the product actually works and if you need a lot of it. Let me just see how much my Maybelline Fit Me is, because I know how long this lasts me. Okay, my Fit Me powder has 0.7 ounces, 20 grams, and this is 10 grams. Okay, so this is literally half of the product that's in my Maybelline Fit Me. And this, I can probably go through a couple months with this. Like, I use this religiously. I use this every time I use my makeup. So I would probably say I go like 2.5, 3 months, maybe. I'm gonna go more with like 2 months, 2.5 months to go through this. So that's kind of a lot. But we shall see when I put it to the test. All right, enough of me blabbering and talking about all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to talk about it with you just so we had all of the facts, all of the information. So both are $22. All in all, they are definitely less product than most other brands, but there is a price decrease when comparing other brands that are like equivalent, so like not drugstore. You get what I'm saying? So like Sephora brands, you know? Okay, we just went through that. Let's move on to it. So I know how I've been talking about lately how I've completely changed up my foundation routine, which I have done, and I am going to do a video on that. It's all about the Scott Barnes techniques and how I use it. But for this specifically, I want to go back old school to how I used to do my foundation, which is just like, you know, foundation first and then concealer and then all that stuff. Just for the purpose of this video, because most people do it that way. So let's keep it easy, simple, so we can really see how the products work. All right, I'm gonna go wet my beauty sponge real quick and I will be right back. Alrighty, beauty sponge is wet. I'm using my Real Techniques, nothing new with this. My hair is driving me crazy. All right, let me zoom you guys in so we can get real close and personal so you guys can see every little thing. Okay, so let's start with the peach corrector. I definitely do have a little bit of darkness under my eyes. I feel like everyone does. It's just kind of natural. And I do have some darkness kind of on my outer corner, you know, around my nose, stuff like that. That's normal for women. So I'm gonna try this out. Let's go in. Okay, so first time. Boom. Okay, so this is the applicator. So this is the applicator. It's very different than most applicators, and it has a hole in the middle, which is supposed to hold more product. But I like that it's a nice, like angled, smaller, like applicator. Like I love my Tarte Shape Tape, but it drives me crazy when I'm trying to do the sides of my nose because it's just too big. So I feel like with the tip of this, you can really get into like those fine, you know, places. So let's do the peach. We'll do it all under here. All right, so looks good. Okay, wow, yeah, that does hold a lot of product in it. Let's do it around my nose. Get up in there. Go away, darkness. Okay. All right, so far so good. The formula feels very, very lightweight and glided on really nicely. So let's go ahead and just buff this in before we do our foundation. I don't normally use color correctors, so I am interested to see if I like this or not. Now that we look like we got sunburn or something, let's go in with our foundation. I'm going to use the foundations that I have been using religiously for the past like month or so, almost 2 months at this point, which is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk mixed with the L'Oreal Infallible. So I'm gonna do that real quickly off of camera and I'll be right back. Okay, awesome, foundation is on. I also realized that I did not prime, but that's okay because sometimes I actually don't prime, and the primer that I use most of the time is just the Becca like refreshing one, so it doesn't really do a whole lot, so I'm okay with the fact that I didn't prime. I'm not gonna go back, we'll be fine. So put on my foundation, you can definitely still see the peach kind of like shining through a little bit, but that's more so the foundation. It's not really a full coverage foundation. But now, baby, it's time to conceal. I am ready for this. All right, let's open this bad boy up. Okay. I like that I can get it like right up in there. All right, I definitely feel like it dries. So it's shaped with an angle. So like this side is the side that you put it down. I definitely feel like it dries down and you have to flip it to the other side, which kind of feels a little awkward because it's shaped differently. I mean, these are like all, so I dip back in again. These are all like things that like to me aren't that big of a deal. I really just care about what the end result looks like. So all right, let's do the sides of my nose. Oh yes, I love how small that is. I can get right up and get a nice straight line. Oh yeah, okay. We love that. Right down there. Why did my attic just creak? we're just gonna ignore that and pretend there's not a ghost in my house. Okay, moving on. Boom, we are concealed. Now let's blend it out. So far, so good. Under the eyes. Okay, yeah, I feel like that looks really pretty under the eyes. Let's do the other one. It's definitely more matte. I use that lightly than my Tarte Shape Tape, but it's still got a really pretty skin-like finish. So far, no problems. Blending super easy. It's not as wet as Tarte Shape Tape. Like, it dries down a little bit quicker, and like it's almost tackier, like faster, so I like that, because that way it's like more precise when you blend it out. But yeah, guys, I really like this. I don't know if it's just my skin right now, but I feel like I could have definitely gone a shade lighter, which I kind of was going to, but it was sold out, so maybe I'll try to get my hands on it in the next restock. But I'm just gonna add a little bit more just to my under eyes, just like the tiniest bit, just to see if it's buildable, if it does anything weird, that kind of stuff. But I mean, it's pretty full coverage. Like, it's not like paint, but it's definitely full coverage. It's full coverage with still like a very skin finish. It's like still looks like your skin. Does that make sense? It's not like you're like rolling paint on your face. Like, you can still see your skin. Like, you can still slightly see my freckles underneath. Okay, I'm gonna try to let it dry down a little bit, because if I'm correct, okay, it's not on the box, but I'm pretty positive that I remember Jeffree in his video when he released this talking about how it's almost crease proof. I just want to say everything creases on my eyes, because let's get nice up close personal. You can kind of see, like, I have, like, you can kind of just see where my natural like eye fold is, like that. Like, everything always creases there for me so easily. So that's not super uncommon. Is it creasing terribly? No. Like, way better than all my other concealers. I hate these, but I'm gonna show you guys. I have pretty prominent forehead wrinkles when I, raise my eyes, and you can kind of see them. So it's doing a good job of not settling into those, which is like big for me. Like, I hate when things settle in there. So far, I like it. I like it a lottie. As far as the peach color corrector goes, I really don't see much of a difference, but like I said, I don't really use color correctors all that much. I don't know, then I look at myself in like the viewfinder and I don't see any of my darkness. Maybe the lighting's just weird because I have the backlight and then like these lights, but okay, now let's set our faces. I am ready for this. So now we're gonna dip into the Magic Star setting powder. So, oh, I didn't talk about this before with the packaging, but we'll talk about it now. So you screw this off, and okay, I've already opened mine, so a lot has already come out, but oh, I don't even want to tilt this. This is gonna go everywhere. Okay, this was my fault because I didn't close the sifter, so all of mine has come out. Let me see if I can try to get it to go back in. That way it's not so much powder. Oh my God. Okay, hold on a second. So it looks like I'm stuck with this much powder up at the top, which is totally my fault. I should have closed the sifter, but I did not. All right, so we are just gonna dip our sponges into this. Let me make sure everything is blended, looking good. Under eyes are looking pretty good. And then let's go right in. So we're going to dip just a little bit. Let's do the under eyes first. I'm gonna go over here so you guys can see this better. Ooh, the smell. Okay, I don't know if I'm a fan of that. I have to like not breathe when I'm putting it on, because if I breathe in the powder, it just immediately made me want to cough. It's got a very faint, like sweet smell to it, like a very cotton candy-esque smell to it, which I don't mind the smell. I just don't know why it's making me cough when I breathe it in. I just like have to hold my breath when I initially put it down, so like all the particles I don't breathe in. But yeah, it smells like cotton candy. Okay, let's take a closer look and see what we are thinking. I feel like it is a little dry under my under eyes, I'm not gonna lie. And I personally, like, the powder wasn't pigmented enough for me. Like, it didn't really do any brightening. It was translucent and then fair. So I like to have a little bit of pigment in my setting powder just to like brighten things up. And I really didn't feel like it had a lot. I found myself having to go back in to like get more pigment, like of what I wanted. But it looks good on the skin. Like, it looks good. Like, I don't have anything totally negative to say about it. I'm just not like totally blown away. But I want to wait until, you know, everything is all put together and then I will see. Yeah, it's definitely drying under my eyes, you guys. Like, there's some weird kind of creasiness. You probably will not be able to see it under these lights, but there's some weird kind of like dry crocodile skin going on under in here. Oh no, I don't want to give this a bad review because I love Jeffree and all of his stuff are normally so bomb. But like, I'm comparing it to my Maybelline Fit Me, which is like my favorite powder, and like, as of right now, I would pick that up over this. But let's keep going and we'll see how the rest of the face does. Let me set the rest of my face. I'm gonna use my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk powder just with a big brush. This is what I've been doing lately, just kind of setting everything really lightly. All right, like, my skin looks good right now. Like, it looks good. It's a little dry under the under eyes, but maybe some setting spray will help. I'm going to do that really quickly. I'm gonna add a little bit of setting spray now, do my brows off camera, and then come right back. And then we will move on to the rest of the face. We will bake, we will do all that kind of stuff. And then I'll give you my final thoughts. So let's do this real quick. All right. Just a nice light spray of setting spray. Let's see if that helps. I'm gonna go do my brows real quick and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so I was just gone for actually a really long time. I did my eyebrows and my eye makeup off camera real quick. So it's been about, honestly, 2 hours since I put on the concealer and foundation and everything. I had to stop for a minute and get a snack and then also buy my ticket to see Sister James, so I'm so excited. That shit was like the Hunger Games. That was so hard to get a ticket, but me and 2 of my friends, we got them and we're so excited. We're going to the one in Charlotte, North Carolina, so if any of you guys are going, let me know. Yeah, anyway, let's get back to this. So it's been about 2.5 hours and I want to finish the rest of the face before I give my final thoughts. So, okay, so let's finish off the rest of my face. I'm gonna do like bronzer and stuff like that. Oh yeah, by the way, I am wearing Blue Blood and a little bit of blood sugar on my eyes today. Just keeping with the Jeffree Star theme. All right, so I'm gonna bronze my face. I'm gonna use my Morphe Megastar bronzer, or I guess this is the Glamour Bronze bronzer in the shade Megastar. I also want to test out to see if it actually does cover tattoos. So I'm gonna see if I can try to cover part of this tattoo. All right, I'm going to use Tarte. This is the Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Party. It's gonna highlight my cheeks a little bit. I'm using the Glow Kit by Anastasia. I just like doing this kind of all over my face just to give like a subtle glow. So this isn't my highlight. This is just like a pre-glow. Spray my face first. All right, and I'm going to use Ofra and Nikki Tutorials Glazed Donut. Okay, now I want to bake with this powder and see how we like it. I should have done that before, but my brain is all out of sorts today. So again, just dipping back into my powder with my beauty sponge. Oh my God, there's so much powder. Okay, again, this is just making me cough. Okay, I really like how smoothly that went on my nose. I'm gonna let her sit there for a hot second. Okay, I'm gonna let this bake sit for a couple of minutes since I kind of went out of order with my makeup. Normally, I would have let this sit and then do my eye makeup, but that didn't happen. So I'm gonna let this sit for like 5-10 minutes and then I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, I have let this sit here for a couple of minutes now, and I apologize, it just started storming really bad, so if you can hear anything, it's the storm, but I'm safe inside, nice and dry. So let's go ahead and wipe this away. Again, just like breathing it in, the scent just like kind of tickles my throat a little bit. Let's do a spray and a lip, and then I want to try to cover my tattoo, and then we will go over everything and do final thoughts. All right, so the Magic Star concealers claim that they can cover up tattoos. Now I want to put this to the test since I haven't had the peach color corrector and the concealer. So I'm gonna try to cover up a little bit of my arm tattoo here and see how it works. So it's completely wiped off. So I'm gonna go in first with the peach. And again, just covering everything. I'm just trying to like cover a chunk of it. I don't wanna do the whole thing. I mean, and you can see right there, like that in itself is full coverage. Like my tattoo is not peeking through, and that is a very dark tattoo. So now you're supposed to set with powder, so I'm gonna do that. So I'm just taking a little bit of my translucent RCMA No Color powder, and I'm just gonna, so now let's go in with the concealer. Pretty good. I mean, obviously it's not like the same shade as my arm, but let's see if it actually does what it claims. They said sometimes you have to do a couple layers. But like, okay, now that's really covering it up, you guys. Okay, so let's talk about my final thoughts and opinions on the Magic Star concealers and setting powders. Okay, so taking a nice up close look at my skin with you guys, and I'm gonna put some clips in of my skin so you can really see. It looks really good. Like, it does look really, really good. I will say, I think it is a little dry for my under eyes. It's not the driest I've ever used. Like, I would be totally happy like going out and taking pictures right now. Like, I don't think it's anything that bad, but it definitely is a little dry. Forehead looks good. My nose looks really, really good. And yeah, everything else looks good. I would just say it's definitely a little bit drying. However, that could be more so the setting powder than it is the concealer. Trying to see if you can kind of see it with this lighting. It's so hard to tell if you can actually see it, and it's different in person, but it's definitely very dry right in here. You can kind of see like my skin texture a little bit more. Let's do it on this side. Again, you can see, like, do you see like how dry that is for me? Like, it's not terrible, but it definitely looks a little dry. Everywhere else looks really good. My nose looks great. My forehead looks pretty good. Everything always creases in these lines for me, so like that's not a huge deal. It's not too drying up here for me. Maybe just like a little bit. You can kind of see how it's dry over here. And then everywhere else I put it looks pretty good. I think it's just the under eyes, but like I said, I think that has to do more with the setting powder. So let's talk about the setting powder. So as you guys saw, the scent of this, and when I breathed it in just from setting my face, made me cough so bad. I don't know, that's never happened to me when I've used a translucent powder or a loose powder. Like, I've never coughed because of it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I kind of don't know what to make of that. The scent itself isn't a bad scent. I think it's just so finely milled that it like gets in the air, and I'm breathing in like a lot of it. So I had to hold my breath when I was setting my face because I didn't want to breathe it in and then cough. So, and then you guys saw like it definitely covers up a tattoo. So let's talk about final thoughts, final reviews. Okay, the concealers and the color correctors, I'm going to say yes to these. I really liked the finish of them. The peach color corrector was cool to play around with, but I don't really know if I need it. The concealer, I would recommend. I would recommend this. I feel like it could definitely work for all skin types. I just feel like it depends on how you set it or if you set it. Before I set it, the finish was absolutely beautiful. Didn't oxidize. It was true to color. So yeah, I'm gonna give the Magic Star concealer a check for me. Approved. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I'll definitely be using this more in my daily routine and just see how it you know, compares to like my other concealers. But so far I like it. I will say the only thing that I don't like about it, and this is like kind of dumb, and it's like I don't hate it. I don't like that the applicator is angled, because it's nice that it's angled because then you go in, but then not enough product is there, so you have to flip it to the other side and then kind of like bend it, and that just like feels awkward. But I do love how small the applicator is. I do love that it has a point to it. I was able to get really precise under my eyes, along my nose, all that kind of stuff. So I feel like it's a give and take, and that's, I just feel like, it's personal preference. But yeah, so go on the concealers, go get them, go try them out. Now the setting powder, on the other hand, I truthfully do think that this is what made my skin look dry and cracky. I don't think it was the concealer. I think it was this powder. When I'm thinking about it, like doing my makeup, like I would reach for my Maybelline Fit Me powder over this, like hands down. I just feel like this did not have any coverage to it. Like it had the tiniest amount of coverage, which like versus my Maybelline Fit Me, like it does give me like a nice, like brighter effect, which is, you know, what you're wanting out of a powder, especially if you're getting it in a color, like not a translucent powder. So I was a little disappointed in that. And then just the fact that like inhaling it made me cough. I don't like being mean. I love Jeffree Star Cosmetics, but this product for me personally, I don't think I would reach for. It didn't work for me. I'm gonna say that. It didn't work for me. And I was also kind of mad because like, okay, partially my fault because when I did do the swatches, I didn't close the sifter inside of it, so the amount of powder that came to the top, I'm literally opening it so delicately so like it doesn't fly everywhere, is so much, you guys. Here, like, can you see? Like, so much powder. I don't understand how that much powder got to the top, because I opened it and I played with it and it sat there. And I think I might have like flipped it over to like get like just kind of like get a little bit of it out. But the fact that that much came out, like, I don't know. And also I wasn't a fan of the packaging. I think it's a little bit on the cheaper side. Like these are definitely like really cool, really luxurious, very Jeffree. And this just like was a little lackluster for me. I don't know. So all in all, I don't think that the powders are bad. I just don't think they're for me. But you guys go out and try them yourselves, and you know, everyone's skin is different. Everyone's preferences are different. For me, I have dry to normal skin, and this just didn't work for me. Just like breathing it in and coughing, I think that was like the biggest like, girl. Like I don't want to have to hold my breath every time. Like I've never had that happen with a setting powder before. So yeah, I guess that's it. That is my final thoughts, opinions, review on the Magic Star concealers and setting powders. That is basically it for this review. Let me know if you guys like reviews. I think this is the first review I've done. Is it? I think so. And let me know what your opinions are about the Magic Star concealer and setting powders if you've tried it. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Like, let me know. I'm very interested to see what you guys think. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It means a lot to me. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos every week. And I really want this platform to be very open, and I want to communicate more with you guys. I see you watching. I know my views. I see who's watching. So please comment down below if you have something that you want to talk about. I'd love to talk about it with you. If you have any ideas of what I should film, like I want you guys to feel free to comment in my comment section and have it be a safe space. So leave me a comment down below, just saying hi even, and I'll say hi back. Yeah, that is it for this one, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah! Bye.